Hey guys, what's up? So today I'll be bringing you my top 15 favorite Soundgarden songs of 2022. Now, this list was very difficult to make, as like many other lists such as Godsmack, Linkin Park, Deftones, Korn, the list goes on. Soundgarden is one of my all-time favorite bands. I have a lot of great memories listening to their music as a kid, and believe it or not, Soundgarden was one of the first bands that I ever got into, alongside Godsmack, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains, and Journey, and Bon Jovi, and many others. And Chris Cornell, I really don't think needs any introduction. He is one of the greatest rock and roll singers of all time, if not the greatest rock and roll singer of all time. He can effortlessly sing a note without even trying. He could probably sing half asleep if he wanted to be honest. I would bet my life on that, most likely. He also started Audio Slave, another one of my favorite bands. And then, of course, there was his solo career. And so, yeah, Chris, he left behind a wide discography of music, and you know, as great as Soundgarden is, I'm probably going to make a lot of Soundgarden fans very, very angry, but there are some days where I prefer Audio Slave over Soundgarden, and then there's days where I prefer Soundgarden over Audio Slave. And I've grown to like Audio Slave more these days because I recently got into Rage Against the Machine, and Tom Morello is the guitarist of Audio Slave and Rage Against the Machine. And if you haven't seen my Rage Against the Machine list video that also features Skillet, go check it out after this video. So, when it comes to my favorite Soundgarden album, that's really a tough one because Soundgarden have never released a bad album, in my opinion. I think King Animal was a great album. I think Super Unknown is one of the greatest albums of all time. I think we can all agree on that. Bad Motorfinger is one of the greatest debut albums of all time, if we want to talk about major label. Even Ultra Mega OK has some bangers on it. And I don't know, man. I think Soundgarden is just one of those bands where if you claim to love grunge or you claim to love 90s rock, you would be absolutely out of your mind to not check out Soundgarden if you haven't checked them out already. Of course, I can say the same for Alice in Chains, mostly their early work, or Nirvana, or Pearl Jam. I also got into Pearl Jam this year. Really great band. But if I had to pick the best out of the big four in grunge, I would have to say Soundgarden. Now, I know that might be a popular opinion, and that's a mainstream thing to say, but I honestly do believe that Soundgarden is the best grunge band, if not the greatest grunge band of all time. Nobody can really match Chris. Nobody can really exceed Chris. And nobody's really on Chris's level. Now, Lane Staley does have a great singing voice. Don't get me wrong. I love Lane Staley. I love Alice in Chains. But if you had to make me rank the big four in vocalists of grunge, it would be Chris Cornell, Lane Staley, Eddie Vedder, and Kurt Cobain. I know I probably just hurt a lot of Nirvana fans' feelings. I am sorry. But, yeah. So, without further ado, let's get started with my list. And if you are a fan of Soundgarden, feel free to leave your top 15 down in the comments below as well. Tell me your favorite album, some of your favorite songs, least favorite songs, and all that good stuff. So, here we go. Number 1 is Outshined from Bad Motorfinger. This one may not surprise some people. It is one of Soundgarden's best songs, and it's one of my favorite songs of all time. I would definitely put it in my top 20, probably. But that could really change at any time. Number 2 is Rusty Cage from Bad Motorfinger. Now, I have a story about the song Rusty Cage before we continue. And this was arguably one of the dumbest things I had ever heard, because I told my dad about it, and my dad thought this guy lost his mind. So I was sitting in, I think it was English class, right? So I'm in English. I'm listening, I think I was listening to, I was listening to Soundgarden. And I guess my English teacher noticed that I was listening to Soundgarden. And he saw my phone, he saw this song that was playing, and he saw Rusty Cage was playing, and so he said something like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I'll paraphrase. He goes, "Oh, Rusty Cage is a cover that Soundgarden did." I looked at him, and even looking back at it now and looking back at that day, I'm like, you can teach English, but you don't know who wrote Rusty Cage. And my mind was just like in shock. Like, I was literally in shock. I'm just like, you literally just said that Rusty Cage is a cover song performed by Soundgarden. And Rusty Cage is a song originally performed by a different artist, when Soundgarden and Chris Cornell penned that song themselves. So, yeah, I was very surprised by that statement. One of my more, I don't want to say crazy moments in high school, but that was a day that I have never forgotten, especially now sitting here and thinking about it. Like, how do you get that wrong? But anyway, there's my story about the song Rusty Cage and my day in English class in high school. Anyway, moving on. Number 3, Loud Love from Louder Than Love. This has always been one of my favorite Soundgarden songs ever since I got into the band, and it's still one of my all-time favorite Soundgarden songs. I love it from beginning to end. The guitar riffs, the bass work, drum work, Chris's vocals. It's a phenomenal song all around. But then again, all these songs on the list, regardless of where you rank them, are fantastic. But yeah, Loud Love, great song. All right, number 4, Room 1,000 Years Wide. Love this song. It's probably my second favorite song on Bad Motorfinger, next to Outshined. If I were to rank the songs on Bad Motorfinger. And I may do song rankings in the future. I'm thinking about doing that with certain albums and artists. So let me know down in the comments below as well if you guys are interested in seeing something like that. Number 5 is My Wave. Love this song. This is off Super Unknown. Another one of my favorite all-time Soundgarden songs. And honestly, I never get sick of it. That intro bass riff with the guitar is phenomenal. And of course, Chris's vocal performance, fantastic. But of course, I will be repeating myself throughout this video because I think all of Chris's performances on each of his songs are really good. Number 6 is Fell on Black Days from Super Unknown, another Soundgarden classic and just another timeless song in Soundgarden's career. Again, bass, drums, just instrumentation all around fantastic. Number 7, Black Hole Sun from Super Unknown. This is probably the Soundgarden song that everybody first hears when they're first getting into Soundgarden, or if they've heard of Soundgarden, this is probably the song that they've heard of or the song they recognize the most. It is one of their biggest hits, so that would not shock me, but still a really great song. I know as far as like the songs of Soundgarden, I would say this song is overrated. Same with Outshined and Rusty Cage, but still all really good songs, in my opinion. All right, number 8, Mailman from Super Unknown. I don't know why anyone talks about this song, and I would say the same thing for Room 1,000 Years Wide. Like, Mailman is so good. It's so good. It's dark, it's heavy, and the chorus is so good. It's so good. Number 9, Spoon Man from Super Unknown. I would say another overrated song, but again, it's still a great song. And Saliva actually did a cover of this song on their latest EP called Every 20 Years, celebrating 20 years of the band. And they did a cover of Spoon Man, and it was a decent cover. Of course, I would take Soundgarden's version over Saliva's any day of the week. And here's the thing, I love cover songs, and I love like renditions of songs from other artists, but I would be psycho to take Saliva's version of Spoon Man over Soundgarden's version of Spoon Man. Really, anyone would be psycho, but yeah. Spoon Man, another Soundgarden classic. And the spoon solo, we need to bring back the spoon solo in rock, okay? More people need to start doing that. Grab 2 spoons from your kitchen and learn how to play spoons. I'm being dead serious. I want more spoon solos in rock and metal, god damn it. All right, anyway. Moving on. No, but seriously though, I do want more spoon solos in rock music. Number 10, Limo Wreck from Super Unknown. Another underrated, underappreciated song from the album. Why no one talks about Limo Wreck, I will never understand it. It's so good. So good. Again, guitars, bass, drums, just instrumentation across the board. Fantastic. All right, number 11, The Day I Tried to Live on Super Unknown. Another classic in Soundgarden's discography. Seven Dust actually did a cover of this song on their latest album, and it was a good cover. I enjoyed it. But again, I'll take Soundgarden's version over any cover of the week, regardless of how good or how bad it is. All right, number 12. Okay, now this one makes me kind of upset because I love this song. It's so good. I can't even begin to tell you how good this song is. 4th of July from Super Unknown. Again, another underappreciated song that just does not get enough love. Come on, people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say this right now. On the 4th of July this year, next month, on the 4th of July, I'm going to play 4th of July on a loop. On my speaker, just on a loop. And the comments below, tell me if you listen to this song on the 4th of July, blast it on the speaker or whatever, listen to it in the car, whatever you got to do. But the song 4th of July by Soundgarden should become the anthem of the 4th of July next to the national anthem of the United States. Play the songs back to back. I rest my case. Great song. Love it. Moving on. Number 13, Like Suicide from Super Unknown. Love this song. Again, another underappreciated, underrated song from the album. I've loved this song ever since first listen. Same goes for 4th of July and really a lot of these songs. Super underrated, and I don't see it on too many lists. Again, I'm saying the same thing for 4th of July, Mailman, and Room 1,000 Years Wide. So, yeah. Okay, alright. And moving on to number 14. Almost lost my place, but we found it. Blow Up the Outside World from Down on the Upside. This has always been one of my favorite songs from that album, and that album has actually grown on me more and more over the years. Ty Cobb is another good song from that album. Pretty Noose is another good one. And yeah, so really great song. And number 15, last but not least, we have Pretty Noose from Down on the Upside, the opening track to the album. Love this song. And this song's really, really good in particular because I love Chris's vocal delivery in this song. And Chris just absolutely kills it on this song. Well, really, he kills it on every song that he's ever recorded. But Pretty Noose just has this, like, dark, like, grungy feel to it. Well, really, all these songs do, but you can really hear Chris's emotion really come through on Pretty Noose. Again, you can say that for really any song that he's ever touched, once again, but it's such a great song. And I know I'm probably running out of things to say at this point because we are running coming up on 20 minutes on this video. So, Pretty Noose, that's my number 15 pick. And if you had to make me pick my top 3 Soundgarden songs, but again, it would change. It changes day to day, honestly. I'd probably go with Pretty Noose, Outshined, or 4th of July. As of right now, those would be my top 3, but again, it could change at any given time because Soundgarden is such a legendary band and one of the greatest bands of all time. I would love for somebody to try and debate me on how Soundgarden is not one of the greatest bands of all time, because if you don't think that, I'm sorry, you're insane. And again, if you claim to love grunge or claim to love 90s rock, and you haven't checked out Soundgarden yet, or if you haven't heard of them, what are you doing? Go listen to Soundgarden. So, with all that being said, see you guys in the next one. Rest in peace, Chris Cornell. You are dearly missed, and it will never be the same without him. Personally, we've had so many passings in the world of rock and metal, and losing 3 of the big 4 in grunge still hits me really hard to this day. I actually still remember the day that I heard the news that Chris passed, and my dad was sitting in his office, and he told me about it, and I heard about it, and I was really heartbroken and devastated. Really, the whole world was, and especially diehard Soundgarden fans. And no one's ever gonna be Chris Cornell. No one's ever going to sing like Chris Cornell. There will never be another Chris Cornell. I don't care how good of a singer you are. I don't care how low or how high you can sing. You're just never going to be able to do a Soundgarden song the way Chris sang his songs. It's not possible. Now, Stone Sour did cover Outshined during a live performance. It was a good cover. It was a good performance. But again, it won't beat Chris. Now, obviously, Corey's not trying to be Chris Cornell, or wasn't even trying to be, or not even trying to sound like him when he was performing the cover. Stone Sour made it their own. But Soundgarden is a very difficult band to sing. I love to sing. I've been singing Soundgarden since I was a little kid. Okay? And sing the songs in the car, and when Outshined comes on, I'm singing along, and I'm trying to hit those notes. And even into my teenage years, or as I was heading into those years, I tried to match Chris's energy, and I tried to hit those high notes, and I just couldn't do it. I still can't do it. Now, granted, I'm an untrained singer. I've never had singing lessons in my life, but even if I did have singing lessons, I don't think it would even matter, because that's how powerful of a voice Chris Cornell had. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. For anyone who wants to become a singer, or inspires to be a singer, or writes their own songs, or inspires to be a musician one day, Chris Cornell once said, sit in a room and see what your voice can do, and sing. Those weren't the exact words, but I'm paraphrasing, but you pretty much know what I'm trying to say. So with that, I close out this video. And I will see you guys next time. Later.